DJ Mix Master Chaos.
My check. What's happening, people? It's your boy, DJ Chaos, the Mix Master. Broadcasting live and direct at the home front Hollandale, Mississippi. It's just our opinion podcast on this special day, Monday, Memorial Day weekend. Let's see. I wonder, am I getting some mic? Let me see if my mic is working before I start. Getting some mic. Oh yeah, hell yeah, we good. Shit. So I need to know. Anyway, yeah, it's your boy Chaos, man. Chilling at the home front. Finally, been going away from here about almost 2 months. And I'm finally here, you know what I'm saying? And I got here with the fam bam. You know what I'm saying? You know, oh boy, here goes a fruit booty. What's going on, brother? Peace with it. It's all good, baby. Man, I gotta some old, who is this fruit booty nigga here? Who is you? So there's another what you call that? Skeet box. Then got a Facebook page. I mean, whatever the fuck, Twitch. I don't know. Fuck it. He fucking my mind up. I'm trying to think what I wanted to say. Anyway, what's good, Miss Sutton? You up in Itabena getting fucked up, getting you some good barbecue. Man, I want some barbecue. I want to come to Greenwood bad as fuck and get some of that barbecue from the place. I can't think of the name of it. Maybe you know the name. Yeah. What you call it? Boochie Cat. Man, I already know, bro. You know, I told you this. We talked about this back here last year, that we're going to have some scams and shams that come on the podcast. Basically, sitting in their mama's computer with the drawers on and no t-shirt, sitting around and say, who gonna fuck with today? I'm gonna go fuck with this nigga over here and have a fake ass account. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm retarded and I have HD or whatever the fucking shit that they say people get nowadays that basically they never had an ass whooping before. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Your mama should be embarrassed, your daddy should have pulled out, in the words Willie D. But anyway, man, I tell you, man, I had a beautiful weekend, Memorial Day weekend with the peeps. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the class of 97, man. I really enjoyed myself with them guys. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even enjoy myself with my own class, but, you know, I enjoyed myself with 97 class. They had my cousin DJ Chopper shout out, you know what I'm saying, doing a party at the new Washington County Convention Center here in Hollandale. You know what I'm saying? It was real nice, lit. The only thing that I really was very excited about was my new sound design. Oh my gosh, man. That's one of the biggest investments ever, you know what I'm saying, DJing, you know what I'm saying. But one thing about, I had to go buy some more speakers and stuff, and I was just excited just to hear them for the first time inside of a big establishment like that, besides being in the club. But I'm really crazy. I'm really happy about that sound. Man, that shit was hitting so hard. The motherfucking tin on the building was rattling. I said, that let you know that that's some sound, bro. That's some sound. Boy, I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to my cousin, man. I told him, I said, bro, we got to turn up the juice and see what shakes loose. And we did, for real. But, appreciate it, bro. Man, appreciate it. Yeah, I had to change my whole platform up. You know, we know what we talked about back here. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, you know, life brings on a change, you know, and sometimes you have to follow your destiny to do something different. You know what I'm saying? Especially when certain things that basically draw itself out of your life, you know what I'm saying? Where it can be like death in the family, a relationship, you know what I'm saying, losing a job, basically anything that kind of distort you from, you know what I'm saying, you know, being successful, you know what I'm saying. I mean, 'cause like I said, I've took a few losses. A lot of y'all know what I'm talking about, and you know what I'm saying. You know, even with the death of a close friend of ours, you know, shout out to Flip. You know what I'm saying. God rest the dead. You know, that really still bother me to this day. You know what I'm saying. I mean, even when I'm here at the house, and usually when I'm here, he's here. You know what I'm saying. So, what's up with it, cuzzo? Tay, what's up with it, fam? Yeah, yeah, for real, bro. You already know exactly. You know, I mean, like that song by King George. Shout out to King George when he said the train must keep on rolling. That's just how it gotta be, bro. I mean, you can't let nothing, oh, nothing or nobody stop you from basically making your life prosper at a higher level. You did. Yeah, Flip, man. You probably don't. I'm sure you know Flip Wood. You remember, Jab, mom, Billie Jean, and his auntie, Fannie Mae Williams. That's her son, Flip, Mario Altman. He passed back here, and he was living with us. And he had uh, kidney failure, and he died back here, man. And just to hear, and just to hear my auntie, I mean not my auntie, God, my auntie maybe talking about me spiritually, but just to hear my cousin, you know what I'm saying, Chopper crying and upset, you know what I'm saying, because he had just called me the first time and said that he had to send for the paramedics to come pick him up, and he didn't want to go to the hospital. They had to make him go to the hospital, and then as he went to the hospital and got to the hospital, he transitioned. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. So it really hurt me, man. I ain't gonna lie, because Flip was a good guy. He's a very good guy, and I think I knew Flip way before my cousin knew Flip. See, my cousin and Flip went to school together. You know what I'm saying? And Flip was the type of guy, he was laid back. He like get high and drink and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just live life. I mean, even with his pops, God rest his dead. You know what I'm saying, was the same way. His pop like to get drunk and shit, and it kind of just like took me back to how when his pops passed back here. So I mean, there's just a lot of crazy shit going on. But more of the story is that life is a serious task, and we have to enjoy it while we're here. We have to live life every day like it's our fucking last, man. I mean, we didn't got to the point where we didn't got too damn comfortable on being ignorant to where we don't want to be held accountable for nothing anymore. I mean, I was up in the club. I'm not in the club, but I was at the Washington County Convention Center. My cousin was DJing. I was just chilling and just enjoying the music, and so later on, I had went on the outside because I had left something in my truck, and as I went on the outside, I hear blah 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 blah, and I'm saying these freaking idiots is out here shooting again. And then I just went back inside the club. Went back inside the building. Before I look up, people was like, "Man, you heard they shooting downtown?" And I'm like, "I heard it, but you know what I'm saying." I'm like, "Was it downtown?" And they were like, "Yeah." So I was like, "What?" And then as we was packing up and leaving, and I was taking the equipment back downtown to the club, everybody was talking about the streets was blocked. Some police officer got shot, and somebody else got shot, and it was like, we didn't got to the point where we are literally living in our last days, because it didn't got to the point where people didn't got too comfortable letting their kids hang out with them like they grown, And that's the reason why a lot of these young folks do that stupid stuff. It's because they have no kind of good leadership. They have no kind of good guidance. They have no kind of respectability in their home fronts. You know what I'm saying? And it's a really hurting ass feeling when you sit up here and, like I say, I'm always here Memorial Day weekend. I always try to make it my business to come to Hollandale Memorial Day weekend. And the reason why is because it's like a generational thing where all your classmates, family members, friends, or whatever the case may be, get together on that one fucking weekend that make all of us come together and see each other for the first time in years. Because we living far away from each other, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You leave, when you graduate from Simmons High School, you basically knowing that you trying to make a choice and a good choice. From leaving here to go somewhere else to prosper in a better life. I mean, even some people will say, you know, I feel good being right here in Hollandale, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, if you want to basically get to a certain ceiling in life, sometimes you have to make that movement. You know what I'm saying? You want to move to Chicago, Atlanta, Dallas, St. Louis, you know what I'm saying? Shit, California, Arizona, you know, places like that. Texas or whatever, you know, so a lot of times that's what we pretty much do with our lives. We just, you know, we love where we come from. I mean, like me, I claim Hollandale, but I'm not really from Hollandale, but I claim the shit out of Hollandale. You know, even when I'm in my 18-wheeler. You know what I'm saying? A person say, where you from? I say, I'm from Mississippi, but I used to live in California. I'm born and raised in California. And they'll look at me like I'm crazy, like, what? You left big Los Angeles for a little bitty town in the South? I'm like, yeah. But see, at that particular time, I had no other choice because I was a teenager then. My mother wanted the best for me. She didn't want me to still be living out in the gang infested South Central LA. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up here in Hollandale. And at that particular time when I moved to Hollandale, it was basically laid back. You know what I'm saying? You know, people basically knew their role. You know, the kid, you know, as we were teenagers, we knew how to say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. We respected the elderly, our grandmothers, our grandfathers, or whatever, our great uncles, or whatever the case may be. We knew how to respect ourselves to where we know, hey, I'm not going to cross grandma or grandpa or whoever that was older than me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I would get my ass whooped. You know, and I know a lot of, you know, us were raised, you know, wasn't raised with our mothers or our fathers. We was raised with our grandmothers or, you know, or granddaddy or whoever, somebody that was older and elder that basically took care of you until you graduated out of high school or whatever the case may be and moved on. You know, and we had that mindset because back in them times, you know what I'm saying, this was close to the era where young folks were offshoots of the older folks that basically was around the Jim Crow South and the Civil Rights Movement type of lifestyle. So we knew we were basically offshoots. We knew how to basically respect ourselves. Now we are 3 or 4 generations, almost to the 4th generation into the life that we're living, where young folks don't even know how to have no kind of accountability whatsoever for themselves. And it's because some of us felt like our grandparents or mother or father, somebody basically portrayed us and did us wrong. So you say, guess what? I don't want my child to grow up the same way I grew up. I want my child to basically get into the life where he or she can make their own decision. then it don't even be what you think it was going to be, because you think you're doing something really good, but you're really doing something wrong, because it's not destined for you to let your child make decisions when your child got to first grow and blossom into an adult, to a young adult, then an adult. Nowadays, y'all don't even let these kids even be kids anymore. Y'all basically leave your kids babysitting for somebody, or babysitting for you, while you going out hopping the streets and hitting the clubs, or whatever the case may be, hollering at your side dude, or whatever the case may be. So these young folks already got in their mind that they already are adults, and they didn't skip past their being a child. And not to mention, you talking bad about men. I'm talking about the women now. You talking bad about the men. You don't need no man. Men ain't shit. Niggas this, nigga that, all day long. And these young folks are listening. And so when you basically putting all this bad, negative energy into their minds, they start acting, these young men start acting just like you. They start acting just like the men that you say that are in the streets. They acting just like them, because they're not men. They look like men. They look like young men, but they actually got the mindset of a woman. Why do they have a mindset of a woman? Because they're sitting around there listening to a woman. Ain't no man in the house, because you say you don't need no man. So these young folks grow up with a young woman, with a woman's state of mind, but look like a man. Because the average young men today don't even want to listen to what an older person has to say. Because, this is comedian brother who named that I will not call his name out, but he's a cool cat, and he's on a podcast every Tuesday on his podcast on YouTube. But he was basically saying some stuff like that older men, like alpha males like myself, should slow down on the way we react to women, because when we get highly aggressive to women, women don't like aggressive men, basically. You know what I'm saying? Women like men to be more feminine, showing the feminine side. And I'm like, I can tell that the brother ain't never had no manly man in his life, because why in the hell would you want to even think that a man want a woman? Why do you even want to have that mindset? They think that a woman should want a man to be feminine. Because when shit go down, who you think gonna be who running? If she was to be into a gunfight or argument or something, big argument or something, who gonna protect her? He ain't gonna be mouthing on, hey, you ain't gonna do nothing to my mama. And I've noticed even with the police shooting and doing all the stupid shit that they do to young black men, some of this shit, it happens for a reason. And it happens because a lot of times we find ourselves not being held accountable for the things that we do on a regular. You know what I'm saying? We sit around here talking about we know our rights. You don't know your rights. Because if that police officer say, I pulled you over because you had a broken tail light, or your light out on your tag or something, or the tag year is expired or something, don't give that motherfucking man the time of day. What you mean, bro? You said, no, that's not true. Please explain to me, bro, please. you got the table. Come on with it. What's not true about the police? Well, if you're talking about the police, bro, I'm not saying that aggressiveness has to be directed in controlled fashion. Well, yeah, but a lot of people, Brother Judah, they get it kind of misconstrued, because That's just like, I'm gonna give a prime example about this whole situation of aggressive and toxic masculinity and all this shit that they throwing up in our face. The TV show, I've always talked about the TV show Good Times, when James Evans was basically a black man that basically had supposed to had a sixth grade education, living in the south side of Chicago, competing green projects with his family, Michael, James Jr., and Thelma. This man basically worked, hustled, and bustled to make sure that his family have something. But at the same time, James had that masculine mindset where, I love my family, I love my kids, but my kids is going to learn to respect me. You know what I'm saying? And my wife is going to understand her role as well. But James loved his family. But at the same time, he felt like, hey, I'm the man of the house. I'm going to protect the house. And they're going to respect me because I'm out here getting it how I live to basically take care of my family. And back in them days, that was the thing. Even your grandmother, great grandmother, whoever would tell you if they here or not, if they still here, they'll tell you it was always destined for them to be cooking and cleaning, taking care of the house and the kids while the man was out working. When he come home, he ain't coming home to no fucked up house not clean, food ain't nothing cooking in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? The kids ain't running all over the place. They greet him with open arms. And that was letting you know that the family was in alignment with each other. The kids knew their role in the house. The wifey, she knew her role in the house, as well as the man. But now I'm finna go in what I'm finna go in. The system of white supremacy, the white power structure of America, basically jot all these things they seen us doing in our communities back in the days and said they got to cut this shit got to stop. And like I said, I've always talked about this, even with this assassination of Dr. King, because it started with the assassination with Dr. King. When Dr. King passed, they already had their agenda in place because they had to destroy Dr. King's legacy. I mean, Dr. King himself, and then they had to turn around there and destroy the Black Panther Party of self-defense. Because these were black elitist type of groups and people that basically wanted to seek justice for us. But Mr. Charlie wasn't going because Mr. Charlie felt like he was already pissed off. We don't want to be his slaves no more. We didn't basically want to do what he wanted us to do on a regular. So he had to go in on another direction because, like I say, the skills that paid the bills, carpenter work, being a contractor, fixing on cars and all type of hand manual labor. They took all that from us because they knew those were the skills that paid the bills and they took care of the families. It kept the families together. And they had to go in there and destroy all of that. And they did that. And it made the man not be the head of household no more. It made the woman be the head of household now. And then in the back of her woman's mind, she getting all this good education, getting all these good paying jobs. She feel like she don't need a man no more. She being taken care of by the system, white supremacy. She don't even know it, but she just feel like, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And it basically destroyed the black man and woman togetherness and the black family the black family's structure, love and caring of us being together as one, not two, three, and four, but as one. Because see, one thing about it, you can't never think that to my young women out there, you can't never think that you don't need a man. You're gonna always need a man because it's not destined for you to get up under a car and change a tire or change oil or do anything that's basically against the grain with you because you're a fragile woman. You're a fragile being. You're not as strong as a man. And the Most High made you that way for a reason because it's not in your best interest to be a man. You're supposed to be a woman. But they tell you, oh no, you can do this. You can do just the same thing a man can do. In that case, go stand up in a stall in a man's bathroom and take a piss. And if you hit that if you squirt that piss in that stall like we do, then you doing something. Then hey, I take my hats off to you. Maybe some of you motherfuckers probably can, but for the most part, you can't. You have to squat. And that's just not a diss. It's just, I'm just showing you how things work because they basically putting out here in your head to think that you don't need us, that you can do bad by yourself and you are doing bad by yourself. And it's set up like that for a reason. You know why it's set up like that for a reason? It's because they don't see no type of solidarity with us being as man and woman again. They want us to be divided. And as long as we be divided, these kids gonna continue to be out here shooting and killing each other. Because ain't nobody talking to them about nothing. You can't expect the politicians to tell your kids how to be, because they don't even have their shit together. This country is in decline. And I talked about this last week sometime. America's in decline. And America's going to stay in decline until America learn how to repent from its bullshit that she has basically brought to every walk of life on this planet. See, the shooting in Texas, the reason why these things are happening is because everybody's feeling too comfortable. Everybody's feeling like they ain't got to tell their kids anything anymore. Everybody feel like, hey, my kids is my best friend. You know, I just seen women tell their little boys, you know what I'm saying, this is my new boyfriend. My son is my new boyfriend. My son is the new man of the house. And he ain't but 5, 6 years old. Barely even know his ABCs. But y'all saying that's your man. It's okay that you say he's a big boy or whatever the case may be. But don't try to put heavy stress on the young man like he's a fully grown motherfucking man. Let the young man grow first and work his way up. Because see, when you try to turn these young folks into fully grown folks at a young age, they make bad decisions. And we seeing this shit right now as we speak in the streets of America. I ain't never seen them shit like I've been seeing. And I got so many different types of videos and articles of shootings all across America. From New York all the way to Los Angeles. I'm talking about straight getting it in shootings. For real. Yep. You know, that's the same, bro, that's the same shit that Dr. Umar Johnson was saying. And I agree. I totally agree. But I'm going to tell you why. Because America don't want to tell you that they're slowly dying as far as the Caucasian population is concerned. See, Mr. Charlie knows that his people is dying. Mr. Charlie knows that we are rising. And Mr. Charlie also knows that his time is almost up. See, as long as he can try to make Mexicans, shout out to my Mexican people, you know, y'all are black, but y'all probably don't want to claim black because of some old school shit, the Spanish expedition and all this goofy shit. I don't know, but here's the thing right here. They're giving y'all the benefit of the doubt in Texas because y'all look more like them complexion wise. So they're going to try to mingle in to try to get their population back up by using you guys as well as they're using the Ukrainians and hell, even us, even black people, because a lot of light-skinned black folks is basically thinking they're white. Check out Kamala Harris. Check out Kamala Harris. Check out motherfucking Kamala Harris. Now you think about it. My brother Judah just sit up there and say, why did they not give as much coverage about the Buffalo situation than they did with the situation in Texas? And it's because that was a more light of a situation than it was the Buffalo situation. That was a whole lot of darkies in the Buffalo situation. We already know the business. There's nothing new to this situation. But see, that's why I'm trying to tell y'all, as black people, we got to get it together because they want to see us up out of here. A lot of y'all don't want to believe it. A lot of y'all sit up there and try to say, oh, come on, y'all, that's being racist or whatever. This country is built on racism. It had nothing to do with me. I was born in 1976. This country basically capitalized off of racism. Racism makes this country billions of dollars a year because they keep you deaf, dumb, and blind by designing and putting out different type of information that does not have shit to do with none of us, that we don't need to be really worried about. But we too fucking stupid because we fuck around there. As soon as a white person holler nigga out the window, we screaming and hollering. He's a racist. Oh, we going crazy. You ready to beat the hell out of him. And you don't even know what the word nigga really means. They tell you it means ignorant, but it means God. Niggas. Nagas. It means God. It means king. If you look at the words, look at the names in Africa, Nigeria, king, Nigeria is queen, Niger is king. Same pronunciation. The N, the G, and the S. But they took that word and made it sound like it wasn't shit. That made you believe the whole time, beating your ass, nigger, 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 nigger. And every time you hear it, throughout the universe, through generations past. Now we in the time, though. That word is a bad word. You don't need to be saying that. Preacher saying it. Everybody's saying it. But have you noticed in your essence, you constantly say it all the time? What's up, my nigga? Hey, nigga, what's up, nigga? What, nigga, what? Nigga, what's up, man? Man, nigga, man, I'm telling you, nigga. It's in your essence. That's why. But they scared you out of your essence back then because they want you to hate the word that you basically been calling yourself for the last shit since the beginning of time. Before they even had Caucasian people, they was calling each other niggas. That's what I'm saying. Let's see what Brother Judah's saying. He said the governor of Texas tried to bring Chicago into a conversation and talk about rap music is the cause. You know, Brother Judah, you know, we talk about this all the time, but you already know Caucasian people, especially the quietly racist ones, they're basically the ones that Have a nice day. How you doing, buddy? Hey, buddy. What's going on, buddy? Them sneaky motherfuckers. Them the ones that need to be watched the most. But everybody don't pay no attention to them. You know what they pay attention to? They pay attention to Billy Bob Daddy Frank from Buttfuck, Arkansas. The one with the Confederate flags on his truck and saying, a Trump supporter. I love Trump. Trump 2024. That's the ones we pay attention to. But the ones that we need to be paying attention to, the ones that owns these big corporations, that's ones we ignore. You know why? Because we work there. And we see them all the time. They say, hey, how you doing, Jennifer? How you doing, Tyrone? How you doing, James? But at the same time, when your back turn, oh, stupid ass nigga. Yep. We say they pay tribute to these nations, so in return, they offer our hard-earned blood, sweat to pay for it. Hell yeah. Most definitely. We say they spend all that money on keeping blacks down. Oh yeah. Now we're gonna talk about them saying about the rap music. Now this is the thing right here that's very exciting and funny to me. You know, I remember when I can't think of the broad name, but it was a broad back here in the 90s who basically was talking about that rap music was very offensive to black women and that they were going to boycott the music and that it was, wasn't going to be tolerated and all this shit. But I can't think of the name, but may she rest in shit. She was old, coon, baya, broad, but she basically was saying that the rap music wasn't hitting on nothing, which they knew that we were rapping about gangstified stuff because that wasn't our studios we were recording in. Those were Caucasian people's studios. They didn't say get out there and put that music out there because at that particular time, this was the new thing. Because before 1991, we was rapping about things about peace, love, and prosperity. The knowledge of self. You had rappers like Public Enemy, Rakim Allah, X-Clan, Poor Righteous Teachers, De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest. You know what I'm saying? You had the conscious rappers out there. Hell, even Queen Latifah at one particular time till she sold out was a highly indulged supreme being rapper. That's why she called herself Queen Latifah. Because she knew her place as a woman at one particular time until Hollywood told her, well, you want to be a superstar, you're going to have to get that shit up out of your head. You be called Queen Latifah all day long because everybody knows you as Queen Latifah, but you ain't going to bring that black power shit to our agenda in our industry. So they basically cut her loose from what she used to talk about. You notice that she ain't been rapping about shit like that no more? They done broke her down to a break pads, making her goddamn star singing and shit. See, they do that shit. But, as I say, you had these type of rappers that basically was telling black men and women, young, even older, how to be responsible for their actions. The music had beautiful samples and beats that kept our head bobbing, but at the same time being knowledgeable about things. Like you can buy, like I can tell you one album you need to get. When you guys listening, go on YouTube and listen to Kumo D's album, Knowledge is King. I got another album you can listen to. Listen to KRS-One BDP album, Edutainment. Mosquito. Edutainment. That album there is just what it is. It's edutainment, educating you and entertaining you at the same time. That's why Brother KRS called it edutainment, because it was entertaining you and edutaining you together, because it was surrounded by slamming ass beats and hardcore lyrics. He had a song called Races that he was like, I think he says like 4 or 5 different types of races. And you listen to the lyrics of that song, he broke that shit down to the different concepts of racism in America. Like I say, you had rappers like that. Hell, Ice-T was a conscious rapper at one time. He had an album called The Power, his first album, The Power. And I think that was 6 in the Morning was on that album. And then he had another album. I can't remember. All I can tell you that Ice-T has some slamming joints back in the days. But the industry motherfuckers that own the record companies and own private prisons all got together and say enough is a motherfucking enough. Because you got to think about it. These white people, they got kids too. And they listening to our shit. And when they listening, Malcolm X was killed by the government. Dr. King was killed by the government. Dr. King this and that. What the fuck? I need to go ask my dad what the hell going on. Dad, so what happened to what really happened to Malcolm X? And he is like, what are you asking me this? He's stuttering because he knows, but he don't know what the fuck to say. Because he know that the shit that we basically know about, he don't want his kids to know about. Because one thing about it, things go in cycles. It's karma. It's called karma. The karma strike circle. If they would have found out more and more of learning from these rappers, that could have brought in a whole different generation to where the white power structure of America would have been doomed. The whole fucking government would have been wiped off the face of the earth. So they had to act fast and quick. In 1991, Los Angeles, California, the big meeting on changing the hip-hop music from being conscious to being a curse that we're living in today, 30 years later. And they saying that rap music is the reason why shit is happening in Chicago. Yeah, but guess who designed this? Guess who came up with the whole concepts of this? It was y'all motherfuckers, just like y'all did with the drugs and shit. Y'all sit up there and put drugs and flood the shit out of California with the drug trade. And then turn around there 20-something years later, want to put a DARE program in there and say, we trying to do a war on drugs. War against who? Y'all the one brought this shit here. Like my man said, Furious Styles said on Boy the Hood, ain't no black people got no ships and planes and shit like that. We barely can get a goddamn car. So who the fuck bringing this shit in here? See, shit like this needs to be talked about on a daily basis to our children. So that way they can have an understanding. All this goofy ass shit that they doing, you helping an establishment. See, a lot of this shit right here, I'm talking about, it's probably making a few, they're making the system mad as fuck. And it's probably making a couple of black people mad as fuck. And I don't give a fuck about neither one of them. But I love my black people. I just don't give a fuck about the ignorance of our black people. I care less about what white people think because they're babies. They are babies, believe it or not. They was what 6,000 something years old. That's all. Shit, we eternal years old. We've been on the planet older than life itself. Who you think the Most High is? Who you think made the heavens and the earth? It was us, the black man. That's why when they tell you when they went to Mars and they start seeing stuff they seen here in America, I mean in the world, on Earth, pyramids and stuff. See, I can go all day long on this knowledgeable shit. Yeah, we there too. We out of space too, baby. We everywhere. We everywhere. Don't let the motherfucker tell you that you just a minority. Fuck out of here. We majority. You think they just want to keep you from knowing about Area 51 for a reason? Shit, they know more about they know more about your anatomy than you will ever know. That's the reason why they tell you the shit that you need to know you don't need to know. They tell you 666 is a bad number. That's the number of the beast. But 666 ain't no damn number of no beast. That's just some shit they got you scared to even think about. But 666 is their way of life. Electrons, protons, and neutrons. 666. That's your life. That's the universe within you. That's how you be able to think and think towards the dead of the deceased of your ancestors. When they tell you something, when you say something told me not to take my ass to the stove because they shooting up there, but I went any damn way. It's because deep off in your mind and in the pineal gland, your ancestors talking through your brain. Believe it or not, you might not believe this shit. It might sound like a conspiracy theory or some crazy shit. Sound like I'm retarded because I'm, nah, it's the truth. Your ancestors talking through you, because my ancestors talking through me. I know what the business is out here now, and it's not about being smart, going to get an education, get a master's. The word right there tells you right on top, master's. Master degree. You getting a degree from a man that basically just told you some shit. He don't even have to go by his own motherfucking way of words. He just gave you that shit because you said you want an education. You want to be on high top ranking, but you ain't being nothing but a higher type food. You try to diss your own people, thinking that you got a college education, you got your bachelor's, master's, PhD, and all this other shit, this imaginary shit. You ain't nothing but this a high-ranking, kumbaya ass motherfucker. Yeah, I said it. Because see, niggas like me, y'all used to talk about, oh, you ain't gonna be shit. You ain't nothing but a bullshit ass truck driver, bullshit ass DJ. Okay, whatever. But guess what? Ain't nobody trained me to do that. I did that on my own. I'm making pretty good money. I ain't asking nobody for shit. I ain't never got on Facebook and ask anybody give me $1 or give me $5, $10, $20. And it's not bragging, it's just the fact of the matter that I know how to maintain. I don't get on Facebook and brag about what I have and what I don't have. I don't have to do that. I don't have to act like I'm more higher than the next motherfucker. I don't give a damn if nobody never support my podcast, me DJing, or none of that. I'm doing this because this is the life and love that I have for me as well as my people. But like I say, I'm up here streaming on 3 fucking platforms: Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I ain't got no likes. I ain't got no shares. I'm just doing it. And I know people watching on all these platforms. But the thing about it, I'm not doing it for no damn attention. I'm doing it because something in my heart, body, and soul is telling me to talk to the people that you love the most, that look just like YOU. No disrespect to my Caucasian people, because I got Caucasian friends. But at the same time, the Caucasian friends that I'm cool with know the situation, and they know that I'm not talking about them. They already know. They don't ever get on the man. Come on, KO. No, come on, KO. No, you being racist. They ain't gonna tell me no shit like that. Because they already know. But they don't have to say anything. It's just like a lot of us. A lot of people, we watching my podcast all the time. And they tell me, KO, I watch it. I just don't want to say nothing. I just be wanting to hear the work, hear the knowledge. And I love it. You know? And I appreciate each and every one of y'all that showed me love and support. Especially the ones that have been on my podcast. You know, my brother Judah. You know what I'm saying? Brother Dark Prince. You know what I'm saying? KG. You know, Funtez. There's a whole lot of people that you know that came through. You know, Brian Williams. You know what I'm saying? Even my boy Manuel Shumpert. You know, there's a whole lot of people been on my podcast, including comedian Jeff Brown, who I supposed to been getting on here. I haven't reached out to Jeff in a minute though, but I might get him on. I'm gonna try to get him back on here. But see, last time I tried to get him on here, I got him on here, and it was kind of messed up because I was on Zoom at the time, so I couldn't really feature him on my podcast like I wanted to. So, but like I say, man, this is real and dear to my heart. What I do, you know, I did a thing yesterday, last week. Who is Chaos? DJ Chaos, the Mixer Mouse. I wanted to really basically hit in on who is Maurice V. King Sr., Maurice Van King Sr. Because, you know, throughout the years, I've had people basically talk about me in a negative way. Even when I moved here to Mississippi, people talked about me in a negative way, like they really knew me. You know, I mean, I've been in several relationships with some of the beautifulest women God ever made on this planet. I've basically put myself in a position to where the relationships that I were in, I took it very seriously. I love very seriously. I know how to treat those with the utmost fucking respect known to man. Because I had a mother and a father. My mother and father wasn't the best relationship on the planet, but one thing I learned about my mother and father was that my daddy could not make it in society without my mother. And my mother couldn't make it in society without my father. There were people here in this town who wanted to see my mother and father break up. Playing like they was all for my mother. They love my mother. They care about my mother's health and all this shit. And when I was young back then, I kind of felt like, well, maybe they have a point, a good point about this. And then I started realizing, like now, 30 years later, almost 30 years later, these are the toxic bullshitting ass motherfuckers around here that don't want to see you prosper worth a damn. Because they didn't want to see me prosper. I was in a relationship with a woman 6.5 years. And one of her relatives couldn't stand me. And I never did nothing but respect this heifer. But she didn't like her. She didn't love herself. She didn't love her relationship. So she basically took it out on me. I got about the situation and moved on. Then I got with my son's mother. And it was like a chain reaction. I got shit on in that one too. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm just keeping it 1,000. But I understand that the whole concept of generational curse in this town is for real. Because one thing you have to understand that most people don't, well, one thing most people don't understand is that we have been bred to think that we're not good for each other in society. Society ain't worth a damn. That we need, women, just like I said earlier, women think we don't need a man. You feel like you can raise these kids by yourself, and you can't. It's not healthy. It's not destined for you to raise your kids by yourself. Nika, welcome to the show, girly girl. What's happening? You're not destined to raise your kids by yourself. There's always should be a man there, because the kids need to have an imbalance. When they have an imbalance, they know how to respect the mother, how to respect the woman, and how to respect themselves. If they don't know how to respect themselves through a man being there, they're gonna act just like their mother. They're gonna start disrespecting women. And that's what these young men doing out here. Because I'm gonna tell you, I used to go to the dances back in the days, and boy, I ain't gonna lie, I was a young horny motherfucker back. I'm just gonna keep it 1,000, y'all. I'm just gonna keep it 1,000. I was a young little horny little motherfucker, like a lot of us. Judah 1, 2. I'm calling you out too, Judah. We were some horny young men back in the day. And when dances came about at Simmons High School back in the 90s, shout out to DJ Soul Vampire, Mr. Palmer, which was our science teacher at the same time too. But when he come to town, we already know it's going down in the town, because when Vamp come up in there, them school dances be popping, we be dancing and jamming and whatever the case may be, bobbing our heads and having a good time. But when he slow it down, we look around this motherfucker trying to figure out who we gonna slow dance with. For real. And we'll grab whoever we want to slow dance with. And 9 times out of 10, whoever you end up slow dancing with sometimes end up being your boyfriend and girlfriend. And sometimes y'all grow to graduate high school together and end up leaving Hollandale, Mississippi together and becoming a family, getting married and having kids. Lord knows I wish I could have experienced something like that. But I've been called every damn thing but the child of God at that particular time. I come from South Central Los Angeles. So Boys in the Hood was out back then. Menace to Society was out back then. So all they seen was imagery of gangbangers. So they were like, oh shit. Then I used to dress like it. I wore my hat. Hell, I was wearing my LA hats and South Central LA hats way back then. And here it is 30 years later. I'm still wearing my hats. But they basically try to make me out to be the bad guy. And appreciate it, Nika. I sure appreciate it, baby. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I'm not tripping about what people think about me. That's beside the point. I don't even care. Because one thing about it, I have flaws. I'm a human being. I've done fucked up shit. I ain't gonna lie and say I haven't. I'll be less than a motherfucking man to say that I didn't. But I do. I'm not perfect. Never have been and never will be. We all human. But more of the story, like I say, I wish I could have been to the point where I could have married somebody here in Hollandale and Grove. with a family because I didn't want one child. I wanted five. I wanted four kids. I wanted 2 boys and 2 girls. I wanted to build the king empire like my daddy did. God rest the dead. My dad had me, my sister Janet, Lillian, my brother Bobby, my brother Kevin, my brother Mark, my brother Leonard, which is he's like an older version of me. If you see another me, goddamn, that's my brother Leonard. He's staying in Ohio, but yeah, and then my daddy, he was a Rolling Stone. He had kids. I think from what I heard he had another daughter in Chicago somewhere named Keisha. So, like I say, my daddy had, that's what I wanted. I wanted to build a family infrastructure. But I never got a chance to do that. It's because when I moved here, women didn't want that type of lifestyle to be shown because, like I said, this is a generational curse town, and I'm not saying this to be funny about Hollandale because I love this little town. I break my neck every chance I get to get home to this town because, like I said, ain't nobody but here, me and my cousin DJ Chopper here. We got family here. Don't get me wrong, but to spread it out, but it's us as far as togetherness because my auntie, she passed, then we just lost our homeboy Flip, you know what I'm saying? So it's just me and him, his kids, his 2 kids and whatnot, and his baby mama and and Q, but everybody else that moved out of town or they deceased. So being here sometimes I know it bothers my cousin, you know what I'm saying, because when I'm on the road he here by himself and I know him taking all that stress and that pain that, he just lost his homeboy, and I had to try to be there for him every step of the way because that was my dad's intermission back in the 90s for me to be there for my cousin. Because a lot of times, like I say, sometimes our ancestors, our family can see things way off in the future before we see it. That's why I've always showed nothing but the most respect for older people, elderly people, because elderly people been here before we've been here. These young folks out here, they ain't trying to hear shit. That's the reason why they out here shooting and killing and doing all kind of shit because women, toxic ass black women who gets out here and say, I don't need a man, basically cut the neck off the man and tell the young men out here that you don't need your father. I'm your father. Y'all done got so indulged of saying you don't need the child don't need no father to where y'all say y'all want to be wishing happy Father's Day to you. Want men to wish you happy Father's Day, and I'll be damned if I telling you one of you motherfuckers happy Father's Day. If your ass ain't hanging and swinging, you ain't no motherfucking father. I ain't talking about hanging and swinging with a dildo. I'm talking about the real attachment to your body. I ain't telling you no damn happy Father's Day. It's happy Mother's Day. Take it a letter the fuck alone. Because I know a lot of y'all women think that y'all men, and I'm not mad at you. If you want to be a man, be a man. But when a man puts you on your ass and puts you in your shit, be down. Don't go run to the cops talking about he hit a woman. No, you a man. Remember? See, that's the shit that I'm about. See, like Nika Altman, that young lady right there, I've been knowing her ever since she was a little girl. And one thing about it, God bless dad to her mom, raised her well because she don't even go out. She don't fuck around. She don't get out here. Even if she do her whatever she do it at home. She ain't out in the streets doing it. You got females, they get out here in the streets doing every damn thing to be seen for Facebook, for Instagram, for Twitter, and any other goddamn social media sites for attention. and then want somebody to respect them, miss me with that. I can't respect you if you don't respect yourself. I just can't. You telling me I'm a queen. Yeah, Dairy Queen, motherfucker. I like ice cream too. But anyway, let's see what my brother Judah said. Yeah, he said, I wish I could have waited to get married. Oh, bro, you ain't did nothing I would have probably done myself because I almost got close to getting married myself. No lie, I almost did. But the reason why is because I rather not talk about it too much. But sometimes, black women, I love you, but you do not listen. You'd hate to listen, but I know where you get it from. I know where you get it from. You get it from the powers that be. They told y'all don't listen to us niggas because we ain't got shit to show for. We ain't got wealth. We don't control nothing. We don't produce nothing. So we ain't nothing. And as long as y'all had that mindset that y'all don't have to listen to us anymore, your child gonna always be a downfall in this society. Because as long as you feel like you don't need a man and your kids are listening, they're gonna stress. You know why they're gonna stress? Because they're gonna ask you, Mom, where's my daddy? I don't know where that sorry motherfucker at. Fuck him. He ain't shit. He ain't shit. All that motherfucker do is just, he wasn't number the sperm donor. Fuck him. The little boy listening to that, he's getting thoughts in his head like, damn, my mama hate my dad. And then she gonna say, baby, I love you, but your daddy, he ain't nothing. He was never nothing in the beginning. I don't even know why I had anything to do with him. You knew why you had something to do with him. He was popping bottles in the club. And your broke dumb ass wanted some of that bottle. And not to mention, you knew he probably had other girlfriends or whatever the case may be. You wanted to be a part of it. You wanted to show him that you was better than them other bras that he was fucking with. So he took you to the hotel, boned you off unprotectedly. You get pregnant. Next thing you know, you trying to look for him to help you with the child. He said, ain't none of my baby. It's the same ring around the rosy ass bullshit that goes on in society. The same shit. The same shit. Yeah, I can dig it, bro. I can surely dig it. For real, for real. I can dig it. We say the mushroom tip. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He didn't put it in there and he skied it up in you. And you got pregnant. You're like, oh my God, I'm pregnant? Oh, okay. I'm pregnant. I'm going to go and call him up. And then he called. What the fuck you telling me for? Ain't none of my baby. And then you get all in your feelings. You get all emotional, get all upset and hooping and hollering, cussing, talking about you going to bust his car window and cut his tires and do all that shit and try to embarrass him in public so you can get some attention. Like a baby crying without a bottle. It's the same shit. But you had to be accountable for your actions as well. You can't just blame him. But I understand. But see, that's what happens when there is no man in the home with his family. Because if it was a man in the home with his family for that young lady, she would know the importance of herself. She would know how to carry herself. She would know how to respect herself. She would know how to respect the man. See, you don't have to lay down and open your legs up for a man all the time. And sex is a wonderful thing. I love sex. I'm sure we all love sex. Because that's part of nature. Because that's the tool that brings in new life. So it's going to have that pleasure moment. But a lot of times we play it as a sport and we doing pornos and skeeting everywhere. but I understand the shit, but it's just, but in the reality, in the real realities of it, it's about procreating new life. And once you get that feeling where that sperm is about to come out, you're like, oh God. And the female, she feeling good, and she's about to get all lubed up too. That's the start of life. But but anyway, let's see. I want to get down into what I was saying about my topic tonight was going to be. Keep your eyes and ears open to the weak and soft people in today's society. Well, that might be Chopper. Chopper might be my cousin coming up in here because I think he went to Greenville. He come up in the house now. But anyway, keep your eyes and ears open to today's society. Weak ass society. It's basically what I'm saying is like all this shit that's going on that ain't never been going on, that's never been never prospered before, is happening right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's a weird situation because a lot of young motherfuckers going around here with guns and shit, walking around this motherfucker like they ready for the motherfucking United States Army. For what? Who you trying to kill? But when your cops come around, y'all motherfuckers hiding this shit and running and scared out your ass, but you ain't scared out your own people. That's a slave mind mentality like a motherfucker. Because you willing to kill yourself, but you ain't willing to go after the motherfucker that's trying to kill you. And that's the opposite of the color. I'm just being honest. And a lot of you young motherfuckers, you don't need a gun because you don't even know how to shoot. You scared when the motherfucker pop. You sit up there popping, you throwing that motherfucker out this way. Scared, pop, oh shit, and run. And when you do that, guess what happened? You just shot somebody that didn't have nothing to do with your little establishment. And then not to mention, you buy these little cheap ass, run down ass guns that shoot like a goddamn motherfucker got a barrel, shoot straight, but the motherfucking bullet go the other goddamn old nigga rigged ass gun. And that's them the real killers right there, because you trying to shoot at the brother run down the street and you shooting Miss Anna Mae, goddamn it, and she right there watering the garden. Weird shit. Weird ass shit. We say, well, bro, do you think that we are overly sexual in the community? Hell no. Fuck no. It's destined for us to be highly sexually. You know why? Because the whole concept of you being highly sexually, that helps bring in new life. See, Mr. Charlie told you ain't got no business having more than 2 kids. When you have more than 2 kids, you run the fuck out, because see his little water gun can't do that. Shit, he get 2 pumps and that motherfucker done. You won't see shit no more. That motherfucker can't do nothing. He probably ain't gonna fuck probably the next 3 to 6 months from then, because he don't have the dominance to procreate as many kids as we have. That's why they always doing all type of different types of research and shit on how to make all these babies and stuff. Because every time you look around, you see them white women making quadruple babies, having 4 and 5 and 6 babies at one time and shit, because they're trying to build up their population. Their population is declining. So yeah, no, it's destined for us to have a whole lot of kids. Yeah, your granddaddy, great granddaddy, shit. But see, that's another thing that really fucks me up. We basically then changed our whole scenario of life, because You know, my granddaddy had a lot of kids. And majority of my granddaddy kids are deceased. My mom, my oldest auntie, my other auntie that died in 2019, my uncle died in 2019, my other uncle died in 93. Man, there's a whole lot of our family members got up out of here. But my granddaddy had a lot of kids, and he had some other kids on the other side of the coin. But my grandmother still showed love and respect to my granddad. She didn't cuss him out and talk him all up on the hook of his clothes or nothing like that. Because she knew deep within her, she knew her place as a woman, and she knew his place as well as she knew his place as a man. She knew that men go out and do stuff, have sex more. I mean, it's destined for a man to have eyes for more than one woman, another woman. And women be trying to outdo black men. Black women be trying to outdo black men by saying, "Y'all just want to be out and be hoes out here in the street doing shit." Who came up with the whole narrative? Y'all don't even realize that narrative came from somewhere. It didn't show the hell it didn't come from us, because we knew it was our place to have several women and be married to them and make children for them. Because that's how life begins. That's how you make a village. That's how you make a population. That's how you populate the world. You can't populate the world with one woman. That's stupid as hell. But in this Western world, in the United States of America, they told you that's wrong. This country is already overpopulated. We don't need a bunch of you niggas up here. But you go to Wyoming, you go to Kansas, you go to Colorado, you go to parts of California, you go to parts of Arizona, you go to parts of New Mexico, Utah, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota. Shit. It's a whole lot of land up there with your name on it. You think the animals want all that land? Hell no. Especially when the white man started shooting the hell out of them motherfuckers. But see, I'm just showing you how fucked we are not knowing who we are. Because we think that by a man messing around with another woman is a bad thing. No. It might be something you can't do that she can do. You ever thought of that? And it's not to diss you. It's because, for example, the Most High might have wanted you to work at McDonald's, but wanted the other broad to work at Delta Regional Medical Center. Your son might have asthma, might have frequent seizures or something, but she's specialized in that. But she likes your husband too, and want to look out for you and your husband and your child, and expect you to know how to cook for her and her child. Y'all looking out for each other together. Unity. But they told you don't need that. You need one man. I mean, you need one. That man need one woman only. That's why your marriage is fucked up. Because that man, just like Brother Jew just said, talked about, being highly sexualized. She'd probably be too tired to fuck. But the broad on the other side might want that dick just as bad as he wants that pussy. And that's not a diss. It's just a way of life. And you gonna cut that off because some white motherfucker just sit up there and told you that was wrong? And then you wondering why They call us the minority when we really the majority. They want you to be the minority. They want you to think you outnumbered by them. Not even close. Not even close. I hear people all the time talking about there's more white people in this country than the black. No, it ain't. It's just in the mind, they want you to think you're the minority. Because just because a white man screw a black woman don't mean that baby gonna come out white. That baby that's black. No way around it. Because one thing about it, you can get a white rose out of a red rose. You could never get a red rose out of a white rose. Dominant is always overthrowing the recessive. This skin right here, this melanated darkness protects you from sunlight. That's why Mr. Charlie always sent his slaves out there to chop cotton. He in the hell wasn't going out there. That motherfucker turned pink as ice cream, strawberry ice cream. But shit. Bro says surfboard. Like Beyonce. What do you say, bro? One woman cannot possibly do all the things a man requires and sexually please a man. She's tired after working, taking care of kids, grocery shopping, on top of that of looking good. Exactly. But women are in their ways to think, you think she looks better than me. You getting all emotional about nothing. But back in the ancient times, this was a normal thing. That's why a lot of these countries, the Muslim countries and stuff like that, they have more than one wife because they keep procreating it. They keep bringing up life. We didn't got solid in our ways. We don't even know nothing about stuff like no more. We too busy talking about, you ain't shit, you cheating on me and all this old stuff. And then a lot of times we can't even get that goof ass shit right. But I'm not going to even go into them details. I'm going to leave that alone. Oh, let's see. 7:29. Oh my, hour and 30 minutes proper. Hold on, somebody hit me up. What you say, bro? Gotta have two, huh? Man, I'm saying, man. I mean, but like I said, they got us side in our ways to think that we can just have one woman and that's gonna be the end of the story. No, it don't work that way, man. It never worked that way. Cause like you said earlier, shit. If you keep fucking that one woman gonna be like, God damn, you wearing my pussy out. My pussy raw than the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You gotta say, give us some levering room. I don't even lie to her these days. Hey man, it is what it is. She has had the options to leave or stay. That's true. Uh-oh. Damn, what did I just do? Shit. Damn. Oh Lord. Look at me. Hey, it's two of me. It was two.
Let me tell y'all something. This ain't where you come to complain about our problems as a people, then scrutinize every solution. I tweeted about the Asian community, how they have the lowest voter turnout, yet they own a lot of their communities. And then I asked, what do they know about group economics that we don't? And all I got from the black community was excuses, reasons why they were allowed to do that, and the reasons why massa won't let us. Of course, we work hard, but let's not pretend like we don't need help when it comes to financial literacy and business altogether. Are we systematically oppressed? Yes, but what we gonna do about it? Lick our wounds, talk about it, and hope it changes? Do we actually want to build generational wealth, or do we want to complain that we don't have it? Do we actually want to close the wealth gap, or just talk about the wealth gap problem? It's way too many, and I mean way too many people on here that just want to talk about problems instead of implementing solutions. And they're the same ones who gonna die broke, die struggling, all while screaming about fighting white supremacy. Let me tell y'all a secret that legit everyone else knows but us. You fight white supremacy with economic power.
Controlling them. The news on TV controlling them. That's why we have to break out of that system, and rappers have to change their style. But that's why they get famous. That's why they get famous off all this stuff, because they're talking certain movies, the certain things they listen to, the certain things they watch. You know, it puts evil images, bad images. That's why you see it's black on black crime. That's why you see people are getting murdered from there and there. That's why you see, different things going on.
Let's try. Mic check. Okay, I'm back. I don't know what the hell I did, but whatever I did, I ain't gonna do it no more. Yeah, bro. Yeah. I think that was his name too, Young King. I think I can't remember the young brother's name, but I've seen him back here. He's older now, but this was like 2014 or 2013, something like that. He was on a guy show named Zoe Williams. Shout out to show Zoe Williams, but he was on the phone talking to Zoe on his podcast, and that young brother was, I'm talking about dog, dropping straight jewels. And he wasn't but like 10 years old. Oh, young brother. But see, that's the thing about it. That's why I said a lot of these young men, your kids be listening. These kids be listening. And whatever you put in them, they gonna put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, if you want them to hear the shit or not. You know what I'm saying? But that young brother, he know his shit for real. I ain't mad at him, man. When I first heard him like talking like that, man. Yeah, he's a teenager now. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. And so I can just imagine how his mindset is now, just being a teenager. Then when he be an adult, oh man, he gonna be another Minister Farrakhan. Shout out to the Nation of Islam, you know what I'm saying? My nation family, but he gonna be ain't nobody gonna be able to tell him nothing. You know what I'm saying? On no knowledge type of stuff. You know, and that's a good thing, man. You know, that's why I had this platform, man. I be trying to get it to where I be wanting to share the knowledge of self that I basically learned throughout life with other people, man. For real. You know what I'm saying? Because these young folks, they need all the knowledge they can get right now. You know, I mean, because it's getting hectic out here, bro. But when I was saying about keeping your eyes and ears open, you know, basically try to get an understanding on why these massive shootings and police shootings and all this stuff that's going on in society. I kind of think, in a way, to be honest with you guys, I think that Hokey Pokey got people going crazy around this motherfucker for real. Because, I mean, folks driving crazy and reckless and just doing all kind of stuff. You know, but, I mean, this is my opinion, man. Sheesh. Oh, boy, it's crazy, bro. I guess I'll talk about some news type of stuff. I know y'all probably heard about Master P's daughter. I think her name is Tatiana, something like that. She died back here. God rest the day to that sister. I don't know what happened, but somebody said that it was she was I guess on drugs or something, but I don't know, man. You never know what the hell can happen when it come down to these industry heads, man. You know. But I'm gonna put up a video of her. Let's see what they say.
It starts with a click. Mommy's videos are popping up.
Look at the social media accounts.
Oh yeah, that's what it was, bro. Yeah, that's what somebody else said. The same thing. Yeah.
Killer apps streaming now on Fox Nation.
Let's see. Okay, is this her? No. That's his brother. That's her brother, isn't it?
I feel like that trip really opened my mind to see how I would miss you the most, because you were always here for me, and I just thought that that trip stopped me from wanting to ever be in Hollywood, seeing with those celebrity friends. And I feel like I don't need to go to rehab. I feel like I could actually do good without rehab.
I mean, you say that, Tata, but on the serious side, I think we should get some professional help just to make sure you stay on track. So let's not say you don't want to go to rehab. I think you should at least try it, because I don't want you to go back to this.
I have friends that have been through this, and it takes 2 years of being completely sober to really be like you can walk away from this.
Yeah, because even if somebody brings something around you, I don't want you to go back to like, oh, I'm just gonna have a little drink. I just wanna take a little smoke or something. You gotta be around, like to me, I could be around people that's drinking and smoking, and I don't want it. I really hope that Tata is serious about making a change. In my house, I'm a drill sergeant, because you need somebody to tame you and to tell you, no, we're going to fix this. By us doing this with my daughter, hopefully we'll send that same message to her mom, like, you know, if you need to get help, we're here for you.
Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, they do look alike. They do look just alike. And you can tell that's peace burn. God rest dead to the sister, and much love and respect to Master P and the whole fam. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, bro. She wasn't but 29 years old. She was just barely in the beginning of her life, just barely. Like I tell anybody, we dropping like flies nowadays, man. That's why I try to tell us in general to live every day like it's our last, bruh. The clock is ticking quick as a mother. He said send message to her mom. Well, you know, one thing I can tell you, you just never know what these youngins are going through until you just literally stop what you're doing and see what they're thinking about. Dark Prince, hold on, Dark Prince just sent me a message. My apologies, bro. Just kidding. Shit up. Okay. So I guess that's telling me he ain't gonna be on the show tonight. Shout out to Dark Prince. He said he ain't gonna be able to come through tonight. Yeah, out and about. It's all good. I already know. No telling, bro. I really don't even put nothing past none of this industry shit no more, for real. You know, like I said, I know P is a good dude at heart, but a lot of times you really don't even know what some of these people are doing. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what these folks are doing, man. And this is a scary situation. That's why I don't even indulge in Hollywood, nothing no more. You know what I'm saying? You know, I read something about Will Smith said he throwing a towel and he ain't gonna be a part of the industry no more. And I wonder what that's all about. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, they said Will Smith claiming that he's supposed to leave. He's supposed to retire from his acting career, supposedly. No, he's not gonna retire. They're gonna keep him out of the spotlight for a while till they figure out what else they're gonna do with his ass. They're gonna make him. They're gonna stop fucking with him for a little bit and probably get back on R. Kelly next. Y'all know how they do. They gotta fuck with R. Kelly for a while, and they're gonna get back when they get through fucking with one celebrity. They gotta go to another black celebrity. You know how they do. It's the same little ring around the rosy game that they play every chance they get. Every chance they get. And that's the shit that be pissing me off because, you know, we see these things happening on a regular and we act like we don't even acknowledge the shit. Almost like over the weekend. Man, I tell you, boy, if it ain't one thing, another. You know, here looking at these different news stories. I should have brought up Memorial Day since today is Memorial Day. What's y'all Memorial Day situation like? What is Memorial Day to you guys? Well, to me, it is another damn chill out day for me to relax. Care about no damn. I haven't got nothing up on no Memorial Day situation because anything that's dealing with military, ain't for me to really even talk about or really go in about. You know. Let's see. I like this little diagram right here. Y'all check this out. Look at this here. This is on a friend of mine's page, but this is just the way I feel about America right now. Check this out. Look at this picture. Get well soon, buddy. That's America landing in the deathbed. They're in the hospital bed. That picture right there speaks in a lot of volumes in all types of ways. It speaks big volumes. Yep. But that's just the way. That's the life we live. Yeah, this picture right here. This picture right here speaks in a lot of volume because we basically is destroying Earth. Well, I ain't gonna say we destroying Earth because you can never destroy Earth. You'll destroy yourself before you destroy Earth. Earth's gonna be here always, no matter what. But I thought that picture was pretty cool because it's basically specifying the sickness that's going on throughout society on planet Earth. This is another picture right here that was pretty cool. They become what you pour into them. Yeah, exactly. Love or hate. That's why you can never understand why young folks act the way they act. It's because of what you put in them. Appreciate it, bro. He's at the plantation. Yeah, for sure. It's all good, bro. Peace and love, man. You have a good night. I'm finna get ready to go and end this thing too because it's shit 7:50. It's 7:50, so 7:51. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit this. Get ready to sign off anyway. So, but yeah. So, all right. Yeah, much love. Like I said, much love and respect to the 1997 class, Simmons High School 1997 class. You know what I'm saying? Much love and respect to them. I enjoyed myself Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? It was good seeing a lot of the guys that I haven't seen in years. I think like Ted Johnson right there. I haven't seen him since high school, literally. And I seen him, man. He was like, man, I haven't seen you, man, in years. I was like, yeah, by high school. That was almost 30 years ago. Can you believe that? But anyway, what do you say? To me, it's time to remember my ancestors fought in the war from the Civil War to present. Yeah, that's true. But, you know, one thing about it, they used and abused us behind all that. They used and abused us. They used and abused our ancestors to get what they want, to get what they want, and so on. But anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this whole podcast tonight. Shout out to you guys that watched tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? Nika Altman came on through. Much love. You know what I'm saying? I see Brittany was watching. She ain't saying nothing. She just listening though. Shout out to Brittany. But I'm gonna go ahead and end y'all out. Y'all be safe and easy. I'm gonna get back on the road hopefully Wednesday. Head on down to Texas, the Lone Star State, where they love to hate. No, I'm stop. Y'all guys be safe and easy. For sure, bro. For sure. I'm gonna go ahead and end y'all with a video before we get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have a good night, man. Be safe and easy. And continue to enjoy the rest of y'all Memorial Day weekend. Your boy Chaos. I'm out.
Most white people support white supremacy, and I'll give you a little example. Today at lunch, I'm with 4 people at lunch. Today at lunch, I casually said, did you guys hear about what happened in Buffalo, New York? Immediately, one of the people, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Drop it. Can you drop it? Instantly. Maybe because they know me. It wasn't a good scene. An argument ensued because I won't drop it. I was taught to not talk about it. I was raised to be racist. I was raised to ignore it, be apathetic, not care. All the things that white people are taught. Most of us are taught that, whether if we realize it or not. We're all socialized to be silent. So I imagine right now as millions and millions of white people are actively and aggressively sitting in silence about Buffalo, New York. About 10 innocent lives just swept out from under them. The families that are incredibly grieving. I saw the video, by the way. It's hard to watch. It was very disturbing. But what I thought about was all the white people in America right now who daily ignore all forms of racism, who are not outraged, who are not even sad, just apathetic, don't care, not my problem. Remember something about America. It's that silence. It's that denial. It's that apathy that gives racism and white supremacy permission. It's what you give permission to. Every time you ignore any form of racism, any form of white supremacist ideology, white supremacist little narratives that you hear from Fox News, from your buddies, from your coworkers, whatever it may be, discrimination, injustice, inequality, whatever you witness, whatever you see, that you ignore, that you hide from your kids. Oh, don't let my kids learn the truth about race. Ban CRT. It's what white people do best. We ignore racism. It's our legacy. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to think about it. We want to protect it. We are the protectors of white supremacy. We're a bunch of damn fucking racists is what we are. That's what we have been socialized to do. Spew it or protect it. And like I said, we do it in 3 ways. Silence, denial, and apathy. Complacency, not giving a damn. Well, remember this, white America. Every time you ignore any form of racism, you've got blood on your hands. Every single time. You're no different than that shooter in New York. He pulled the trigger, but it's your silence that gave him permission. You remember that.
DJ Mix Master Chaos.
Food.